Hello everyone, I'm Renee Lobo and welcome to the Renee Lobo Report, bringing you issues of topical interest. Today my guest is Raj Goel. He's an entrepreneur and an IT expert. He's a writer and he's come up with his latest book, The Most Important Secrets to IT and Getting Results from IT. So this is the book, and it's all about how you can expand your business with network solutions, the good network solutions, and you need to have an efficient and a capable IT computer consultant. And Raj is a proven expert, been in this industry for over 20 years, and he's a founder of BrainLink, which goes back to '94. And he tells us all about these great secrets, so for a small to medium-sized company, as well as he's given a lot of seminars and conferences on computer consulting, as well as done a lot of computer consulting for medical centers in the Northeast area of the United States. Thank you, Raj, for coming here, and a very quick read, because I read this book only yesterday, and no-nonsense book, tells you straight, bang on what you need to do and how to go about it. So it's concise, it's crisp, it's precise, and a very quick, and it's entertaining. The way you said, you got these great quotes in the beginning, and in the beginning also you talk about, about your journey as an IT computer consultant. Which is great, because then you talk about, the dot-com busting and everything, and the 9/11, and that's where your business went down, and then how you got up and bounced back, and bounced back with a great book as well. So tell us a little bit about yourself, because I know that you've been in IT for many, many years now, and you've expanded your business through these years. Mm-hmm. So, at this time, of course, if I asked you why you got into IT, it would have been, okay, so what do you expect? But 20 years ago, it was something still very much of a territory that a lot of people were not getting into, and they were like very specialized at that time.
Well, I've been in IT for over 25 years.
Right, there you go.
Actually, I had my first card at 16, back when computers still brand new, and I paid my teen year pocket money was made setting up doctors' offices. Wow. Medical software, old networks, really ancient technology. And at one point I did graphics for a small cable TV station.
We're going to pause right here. Actually, I want to give out a little secret over here. Raj Goel actually worked with me on putting out these graphics. We did this little docu-feature, Growing Up in America. So, and then we did a Grown Up in America. So Raj did the graphics, and those days we thought was something amazing, and we were really ahead of the curve. We all thought, you, me, and Deepak Vishwanath. And you made these graphics, which took you quite some time.
Yes.
And ironically and interestingly enough, those graphics are now just free for the young little kids.
The stuff that spent weekends, nights, and weeks planning out, the kids can now do for free online.
Right.
And that is actually one of the great things about technology.
Right.
What companies used to spend millions of dollars even 10 years ago can now be had for $1,000, $100 or free.
Right.
Technology is a democratic resource. What used to be in the hands of a very select club now belongs to everybody.
Right.
And whatever's hot and expensive today will be market price 5 years from now, will be free in 7.
Right.
And the message of the book and my thesis is that as a business owner, whether you're in television, retail, legal, accounting, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what is business? It's a transaction where you trade money for service.
Right.
We're all in the service industry. And the biggest asset most businesses have, the two biggest assets they have, are their employees and their customer information systems.
Right.
And most companies fail to invest in them wisely. Mm. And now smart business owners, if they want to stay in the game, get ahead of the competition, what they really ought to do is read the book. It's a very easy read, because I know busy CEOs don't have time to read.
Exactly.
My reading list is about 10 feet tall. I read a book a month.
Yeah.
And this is designed something you can read quickly on the train and commute. Well, hopefully not when you're driving.
Yes, exactly.
And the point is, each chapter gives you tactical advice on how to grow your business in this economy.
Right.
Our clients are growing market share from 20% to 100% in this economy over the last 5 years running.
So, when somebody wants to get some network solutions gotten from a computer consultant, it's very hard to know who is good, who is not, who is going to be cost efficient for my business, and will this person give me more headaches? Am I going to get more frustrated? Or is going to be a lot of time delays, and I want something right now, I'm on a timeline. How do you figure out all these answers?
Picking a computer consultant is just like picking a doctor or an accountant. You only change your accountant or your doctor when the last guy or last girl has really, really done bad service,
Right.
or if you've moved. So similarly, you're not just hiring a technician. You're not hiring somebody to flip burgers. You're hiring someone, when you hire an IT consultant, to run the heart of your business. You're hiring them to become a partner with you, to help you manage your system, manage your employees, and grow your business. So interview a whole bunch. Ask for references. Check out their websites. Talk to other people in the community. And do people with people you trust.
And then once you have them, well, a lot of people might say, well, why don't I have to hire somebody from outside? Why don't I have somebody, retain somebody from my, in-house, from my own company? And just ask that person to do everything for me.
That's a great question. We get that asked a lot. And the answer is fairly simple. If your needs are simple, you're a brand new business, a brand new startup, and you've got the technical skills, sure, go ahead. Use your people. Right now, you are people rich, cash poor.
Right.
But if you're in business 5, 10, 20 years or more, you've got good, stable income. You want to either grow your business or grow your profitability or build it for the next generation. At this time, you need experts. And it's not just, hey, can you fix my email? Can you fix my printer? If you're in healthcare, you're in accounting, you're in law, there's a lot of regulations out there. HIPAA, Sarbanes-Oxley, Ground-Leach-Bliley, Red Flag. There's 57 different information security laws that apply to businesses in America. So when you're working with a good IT provider, who will work with you and your attorney and your accountant to craft proper solutions that help you grow your business and keep you from getting sued or running afoul of the law.
So you're talking about navigating compliance issues.
Absolutely.
Especially, I know your last few chapters are dedicated on HIPAA as well. And that's very important, especially if you're doing something for hospitals or medical centers. And very often people are not cognizant about these issues. So as an IT consultant, you have to be aware of the legal matters as well as in compliance, which is so very important.
Absolutely. IT is no longer a technology issue. Most businesses are now are subject to compliance issues, and a good consultant, like your accountant has no tax laws. Your attorney has to know the laws, whether it's contract law or bankruptcy law or litigation or matrimonial. Your IT consultants more and more have to know the laws. Otherwise, they'll give you technically correct solutions, which may put you in legal hot water.
Yeah.
And in a lot of IT firms in New York retain us. A third of our business comes from other IT consulting companies who are good at doing consulting work on technology side, but know nothing about the laws, investigations, audit work. So I actually pride myself on being one of the earliest experts in America and being one of the top 10 guys in America on HIPAA audits, PCI audits. If you don't know these acronyms, they probably don't apply to you. But if HIPAA, PCI, GLBA, Red Flag, SOX mean anything to you, and you want a great auditor, I am one of the better ones in New York City.
Wonderful. And because you've been there for quite some time, and so you know what's going on, which comes to the next question, then one has to keep upgrading his or her skills in this industry, actually in any industry.
Yes.
But more so because there are apps, every day something is coming out, and these little teens know about everything that's going on. But so you have to be abreast of what's going on, the new trends in the IT industry, otherwise you're left behind.
Exactly. So as an IT professional, I speak at conferences at least on a monthly basis.
Okay.
I've done international conferences. I'll be doing a HIPAA seminar on August 16th in Connecticut. So as a professional, I owe to myself and to my clients to keep my skills upgraded. You as my clients don't have to worry about most of that. Just as my accountant reads more tax law in a week than I want to read in my lifetime. Tax laws are not exactly exciting to me. They're great for my accountant. I trust him to give me right advice, do the proper planning for my business. I trust my cardiologist to know what's going on with healthcare and give me the right medication and the right treatment so I survive longer and I live a healthier life. Similarly, a great IT consultant can work with you, get rid of the problems, and then give you what you want, whether it's more profits, more revenues, or the ability to go sleep at night knowing you're protected from hackers, employees, and regulators.
Right. Now, when some company calls you up or emails you, what type of problems do you generally see in most companies?
Well, it depends on the size of company, how old they are in the
Small
industry.
to middle size, medium size.
So if it's a white-collar business, attorney, accountants, law firms,
Right.
Insurance agencies, usually they call us up because their last IT person has been there a year or more. Either they fired somebody a year ago, they let somebody go, or they had a consultant and something happened.
Right.
Contract fell into disrepair, they had a breakdown in relationship, and now they're calling us because they've had a crash, they've had a break-in, they've had some kind of infection, We go in, just like the guys in the ER, we fix a problem immediately, or as quickly as we can. And then I sit down with the business owner personally and go, okay, we've put the fire out.
Right.
Now let's look at your business. What do you want out of life? And if you're in the 40s, early 50s, they generally want to grow their revenues, get more employees, grow market share.
Right.
In their late 50s to early 60s, their primary motivation usually is planning for retirement, building more profitability.
Right.
Depending on where they are, what they want to do with their business, we then put together right systems, right
see.
technology, and the right training for them. And most of the time I tell my clients, great, I can deal with the IT, I can deal with the compliance issues, but you as a business owner, you need to go to a confidence building seminar. You need to go to a public speaking seminar. You're an expert attorney, go talk to people, go do presentations, go write articles. And so we actually end up advising our clients in building themselves up as professionals and communicating that capability. Because if you can't tell the people how good you are, how will they ever know?
So you do more than just being an IT consultant. I mean, you're going ahead of, by telling them what they should be doing, how to actually build up their business, bring in more productivity at a very cost-efficient basis. Now, tell me, it's not just about antivirus software. It's more than that. It's much more than that.
A business is a living organism, so it's not just about the tools. Right. Yes, we'll tell you, we'll recommend the right antivirus, the right firewalls. That's a technician's job. That's my geek's job. My job as your consultant, your advisor, is to help you grow your business, to help you sleep better at night. A lot of our professionals who are architects or doctors, they are really good at dealing with their clients, but they have poor public speaking skills.
Exactly.
So I tell you in the book, in some places I went to, I grew up as a geek. I had really no social skills.
Right.
Most techies in the 80s and 90s had very poor social skills.
Yes.
Some of us are lucky if we took a shower once a week at the advice of our wives or girlfriends.
And I'm sure they talked about that in the Friars Club as well.
They do talk about it in the Friars Club when they're breathing.
Right.
So one of the things I had to learn as a business owner is how to be a better communicator.
Right.
How to write articles, how to speak in public, how to give presentations, and the book's an outgrowth of that.
Right. And you talk also about expanding your social capital, going on other, LinkedIn is a very important way of linking up, because 15, 20 years ago, people never thought about it. There's a whole difference in identity, how we are projecting ourselves through the social media, which has totally changed everything in this whole planet. So social media, you talk about it. You also talk about investing in human capital, even in your own current employees, which is so very important. Many times companies forget about that. Absolutely. Investing in your employees is the best thing you could do. Your existing employees and your existing customers are your two biggest sources of revenue. There's a great article from one of the law magazines just this week where they said to attorneys, stop investing in your website, stop talking to strangers. Build your websites, build your newsletters, build your marketing materials to talk to existing clients, past clients, existing referral sources. In our experience, 80% of our revenue comes from existing clients, existing relationships. So stop chasing new ones unless you absolutely have to. Right. Start investing in the ones you already have and then go expand in new ones. And social media technically is a great new tool, but it's really a very old concept. It's the old boys club. It's the Daisy relationships. Right. What we used to do at home, when your aunt found you a boy or your mama found you a girl, it's families meeting families. Well, we don't have those cultures, those structures anymore. Social media and networking help us rebuild those at an individual level. So I talk in the book about if you're a business owner, go join a networking group. I don't make a dime if you join one. Exactly. But if you learn how to join one, speak in public, tell people what you do, your business will automatically grow. Right. And the more you grow, more I get to bill you. So it's not just networking, it's also connecting, really. Yes. So, this is one of our network solutions, connecting. So very important in this age and time. What other important secrets would you like to divulge to our audience? First and foremost, trust your people. Your employees know how to run your business probably better than you do. Right. Your customers know who you are. So the second secret is, take your top 10 customers. If you don't know who they are, go look at your last year's revenues. Who gave you the most money? Who was the most profitable? Do this analysis, then go ask them some very basic questions. Why do you do business with us? What do you like about us? What could we be doing better? If you know how to do that, fantastic. If you need help in doing that, send me an email, contact me. I'm happy to share with you some questionnaires. But most importantly, take your customers, buy them a cup of coffee. Right. Go meet them face to face, and they will then turn around and give you more business than you could have ever asked for. So that is a very important thing one should know about this, because many times, there are a lot of points that are thrown out. People forget it by the time they've seen in a conference, watched on a show, but there are some that you have to absorb and actually apply them on a day-to-day in the company.
Absolutely.
And what is cloud computing? You have a whole chapter on that.
Well, on one hand, cloud computing is a new label for some old technologies. Every decade or so, the IT industry invents a brand new label, a brand new bottle for the old wine, because we want to sell you more stuff. That's what, in a nutshell, cloud computing is taking your information, your assets, putting them out there for somebody else to manage. It's a difference between buying a car and leasing one, or renting a car on a day-by-day basis. If you don't need a vehicle on an everyday basis, like I don't need a Ferrari every day. I'll rent one when I go on vacation.
Right.
My Honda CR-V, on the other hand, is on my driveway every single day. So depending on your business and your needs, you can now rent storage, processing, memory, a lot of technical assets by the minute, by the hour, by the day. For some business, it makes a lot of sense. If you're a startup, cloud computing is the most amazing thing you'll ever see. If you're an established business, especially if you're in healthcare, accounting, law, the compliance-oriented businesses, be very careful. While the technology is fantastic, the law is about 25 years old and out of date, and it's illegal for healthcare institutions to use the cloud blindly. It's dangerous for accounting firms, law firms, insurance agents to use the cloud technology without proper audits and assessments, because there are laws in the books against using it. Technology is great, but if you don't know what you're doing, it will destroy your business.
Right. And talking about that, what are some of the common mistakes a lot of companies make when they are dealing with computer consultants? You can give us some more tips, about all that.
Absolutely. It's also one of the chapters in the book. The biggest mistake people make is they ask, what's it going to cost? Without first understanding what their needs are. The analogy I would use is go to a restaurant. What do you want? Food. Well, if you just say food and the waiter serves you, whether it's a pizza or macaroni and cheese or a 10-course meal, and then gives you the bill, it's not the waiter's fault if you said, I just want food, and you didn't pay attention to what restaurant you were in. Before you hire a computer consultant, know what you want. What business are you in? What are your problems? What is it you want to grow how do you want to grow your business? What is it you want? And then based on that, then interview the right people. You may have to go through a whole bunch of people. Hiring a computer consultant is like hiring a new employee.
Right, right.
Take your time, do your homework, don't call somebody in a panic. Because anybody you call in a panic, you're going to make the wrong request, you're going to get a surprise bill, no one's happy. Just like your doctor, take your time, do your homework, talk to a lot of people, and then choose wisely.
That's very important because, as you said, if you do it in haste, the chances are going to be making a mistake, and that you may be regretting later on. Now, you have gotten some raving reviews from a lot of people. Tell us some of the companies that you work with and the success story with them.
Sure. From the largest to the smallest. Several years ago, Schering-Plough called us, a large pharmaceutical. They were launching a brand new drug, and their current vendor said, it'll take us 6 months to launch your product. They'd already committed $500 million in advertising. They had 90 days to launch. We came in and we dealt with it. Right now I'm working for one of the largest shipping companies on the planet. They ship vehicles for the U.S. military. Anytime somebody in the U.S. military goes overseas or comes back, these guys move their vehicles and their possessions for them.
Okay.
I'm helping them build their global data center so that if something happens to their headquarters, the data isn't lost. Our servicemen and women and their support staff are not negatively affected because of an IT problem.
Right.
That's at the large end. At a medium end, one of the leading office business centers in New York is a client of ours. We met them when they were one center. They had about 40, 50 clients. Today, they're one of the top players in America. They've got 6 locations in New York. They've got Chicago, Sears Tower, the Willis Tower now. And I am their global data architect. What that means in English is they're opening up a new center. I get the 5th call. First call is broker, I'm taking this space. Second call is the financiers, I need more money. Third call is the architect, here's our raw floor space, design it for me.
Right.
Fourth and fifth is Raj, here's the floor plan, here's my market demographic, here's the people I want to attract in this new business center, because each center, each location has a different culture, different target audience, and then based on what the demographic needs are, I then design the right technology, because what the technology used to attract international law firms has to be different than the one you use to attract new startups.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of insurance agents in New York and a lot of accounting firms who are absolutely ecstatic that we've turned IT from a random bill and, oh my God, I don't know what it's going to cost me, to a flat bill every month. Taxi meters don't work in our business. We stop the meter. You get one flat bill a month, just like your healthcare premiums. You pay the premiums, we do proactive work, you have fewer problems, you finally have the opportunity to then go and work on what's more important. Your clients, your business, sell more, make more, and stop fighting fires that we can do for a fraction of the cost.
Do you have a big staff?
We're a staff of 7 people.
Okay.
We've been as small as 2, as big as 22. I have found over the last 8 years that somewhere between 5 and 9 is the right number.
Right.
You hit 10, you spend more time in meetings than you do actually getting work done.
Right. Now, what happens, I know one of the biggest perennial fears people have, like what if the system breaks down? What kind of backup do we have? What if there's a terrorist attack? What happens at that time? How do I get all my documents, or should I have it in a thumb drive? Things like that are always a fear behind people.
Sure, great question. And we also get that, usually that's question number 5 or 6 in an initial conversation. Reality is, you're going to have an accident. Whether it's an employee deleting files, your server getting destroyed, hard drives failing. We even have more terrorist strikes in New York. Before the next terrorist strikes, Con Ed may take your block offline. You know, do I fear the terrorists? About 2% of the time. Who do I fear more? Verizon and Con Ed. They shut down more companies than everybody else combined.
Right.
You know, just 4 years ago, Con Ed blew some steam pipes, shut down 42nd Street and Grand Central for 4 days. That's a death sentence to small businesses. Right now they're building the 2nd Avenue line. They're shutting down 2nd Avenue. Lots of small businesses are going under because they don't get traffic anymore because of all the noise and the street closures. So as a business owner, you need to look at the risks that are inherent in your business, whether it's hackers, employees, losing data, and then based on your budget and your needs, put together the right plan.
Right.
You know, what I do for a lawyer who makes $2 million a year is different than what I would do for a lawyer who makes 200 grand a year. They both have the same needs, protecting their information, protecting their assets, but their risks are different. And what I would put together for a doctor is materially different than what I put together for a bookkeeper.
Right.
Laws are different, and the risks are different.
Absolutely.
Bookkeeper makes a mistake, okay, accounting goes off. Doctor makes a mistake, somebody might die.
Exactly. Now, what do you see in the IT industry in the next 10 years? Maybe less 5 years, because everything changes so quickly.
The only constant in my industry is change.
Yes.
And well, I can't predict what next technology is going to come. There will be some great new things coming out. Some current companies are going to die. That's just the nature of life. What is not going to change is no matter how great technology becomes, the human skills will never go away. The need for small businesses, which are 80% of America, will never go away. You know, for every company that comes in and gobbles and becomes Fortune 500, there'll be 10,000 more small firms starting this year alone. And so we work exclusively with small to mid-sized businesses because they're the ones that need the help the most.
Right.
And IBM is not going to knock on XYZ Accounting Corp.
Right. Yeah.
So we work with small businesses in New York, 5 to 100 employees. If you're in Manhattan, you're in my favorite place in the universe.
What's your next book about?
Next book is on HIPAA and PCI audits, how to increase profitability through proper audits and compliance.
So important. Well, thank you very much, Raj Goel, writer and entrepreneur. This book, The Most Important Secrets to IT Getting Great Results from IT and Everything Your Computer Consultant Never Told You, and you just told us what the secrets all were. And this book can be found
On Amazon.
On Amazon.com. And as we talk, Raj, I'm sure there'll be a new app coming out. So we got to be trending all the time and being ahead of the curve. And that's what Raj has done throughout his career. And we've known him for many, many years, starting with a little graphic for ITV, now to something so big and something so exciting. Well, thank you very much, Raj, and good luck with everything that you're doing.
Thank you, Renee. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you very much for the audience for watching.
Thank you, and I'm Renee Lobo. Thank you so much for watching the Renee Lobo Report.